Ever since Scooby-Doo and the gang, whose names are Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley, and Norville Shaggy Rogers, first aired on TV in September 13th, 1969, they've been bleeping everywhere and all over the place. From a billion TV shows, to movies, to video games, to books, to pretty much everything, Scooby-Doo appears to be one of the best icons of all time, which brings us to one of Scooby-Doo's movies. The only movie that was based on this lovable icon that I have on DVD is Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. That does sound familiar if you think about it. Anyways, this movie was first released on VHS and DVD on October 9th, 2001, and was later re-released on Blu-ray along with Aloha Scooby-Doo in April 5th, 2001. The trailer for this movie got me interested to watch it. Link is in the description. Since I loved unleashing my creativity and making my own video games, movies, TV shows, and books, and still is loving it today, I bought this DVD on the version that is the full-length movie version. I mean, after all, my dream job someday is to become a computer animator, and I can't wait. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive in and find out what mystery Scooby-Doo and the gang has to solve this time. Scooby-Doo and the gang and the Cyber Chase begins with two university students named Eric Stoffer and Bill McLemore, along with their teacher known as Professor Kaufman, somehow getting an unwanted guest, which appears to be the main villain of this movie, the Phantom Virus. It wiped out all the data from the computers by simply walking near them. It makes things come alive, though I'm not sure if the making things come to life thing is only restricted to electronics or not, since the movie never tells us that. Who knows? Anyways, it's also equipped with a really scary laugh. And worst of all, it came from Eric's computer game. Yikes! But thankfully, the virus can easily be weakened with a super magnet. If you're close enough to it, that'll weaken him. The next day, our favorite detectives are in their mystery machine heading for the college that their old friend Eric Stoffer, who I mentioned earlier, works at. Why? Because Eric himself made a computer game starring the greatest and grooviest detectives in the world, aka Mystery Inc. And yes, I did just reference the trailer for this game, even though I never played it. I first saw the first time I saw the trailer was on the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving Blu-ray combo packs opening trailers. The link for the opening will also be in the description. Anyways, when Scooby and the gang arrive, they have to make sure that they are on the list of Officer Wembley. Then yada yada yada, the Mystery Inc. gang meets Eric and Bill along with Professor Kaufman, who tells them about the Phantom Virus and what happened last night. Then Eric showed his video game that goes by the same name of this movie, where there are 10 levels to complete from easy to hard, while fighting monsters or villains and trying to find a box of Scooby snacks at the end of each level. This is while Bill is showing his baseball game, claiming it to be the greatest sport in the world. These two students are going to win the $250,000 grand prize at the International Science Fair of Doom! I'm only kidding about that Doom part, but still. If Eric and Bill can really make good games very well, then they should try out Project Spark when it comes out 13 years from now. Lame. So basically, the gang has to use some super magnets to lure the virus back into the lab so Eric can beam it back into cyberspace, and all's well that ends well. However, skipping over a few scenes, yada yada yada, a chase around the lab, and oh no! The gang got sucked into cyberspace, which is Eric's computer game along with the Phantom Virus, and they can't get out unless they play through all 10 levels of the game, which are the moon, the Roman Colosseum, the dinosaur age, under the sea with sharks, a backyard with ants, ancient Japan with samurai warriors, ancient Egypt with mummies, medieval times, the North Pole, and a big city with an amusement park. Thank you, Wikipedia. Anyways, when they do make it to the final level, they come across their virtual counterparts, aka the characters in Eric's game who were from the past. Yay! So skip forward a few scenes later, and we're at the amusement park where they have to find the last box of Scooby snacks that are guarded by the virus and 5 monsters from their past. The Creeper from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Episode. Jeepers, it's the Creeper. Jaguaro from the Scooby-Doo Show episode. Jeepers, it's the Jaguaro. Gator Ghoul from the Scooby-Doo Show episode. The Gruesome Game of the Gator Ghoul. The Tar Monster from the Scooby-Doo Show episode. Well, the Tar Monster. An Old Iron Face from the Scooby-Doo Show episode. The Creepy Case of Old Iron Face. And do you know what's worse than that? The Rail! Can our brave heroes fight all these monsters and the Phantom Virus and grab the last box of Scooby snacks to get out of cyberspace and solve the mystery? Well, you'll have to watch the film for yourself because, well, you know. Good! Now, for being a movie about video game designing, it really does fit in the Scooby-Doo universe very well. Why? Because they're traveling down memory lane and going back in time at the same time in this awesome plot. This movie loves to bring back nostalgia, and I think it works. This movie shows some 3D moments that are really well detailed and move very smoothly. You know what I mean if you watch the movie. The humor is really nice. I mean, still got Shaggy and Scooby gobbling down food like Garfield and stuff like that. The characters are really likable here. They really do fit their role in the situation perfectly. The voice acting is top notch as well. Oh, and if you're looking for some dessert, make sure it's spelled with 2 S's. Oh, and in the post-credits scene of the movie, we have the Mystery Inc. gang telling us about what their favorite parts of making this movie are. That's a great way to wrap up a movie like this. I just wish that more movies had something like this. Not all of them, but you get what I'm saying. Bad! Thankfully, I don't really have that many big issues with this movie. The only problems I can think of is that they do kind of spoil the creator of the virus before he or she was revealed. Oh yeah, and the subtitles for the full-length movie version, could be wrong, for the most part, come out all wrong. Even the scene selections, one scene had a typo. Minor complaint there, but other than that, the rest of the movie is pretty awesome. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It has a great sense of mystery for people who are interested in creativity like I am. So, that being said, I'm going to give Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase 5 fingers out of 5. Alright guys, and that's it for my first movie review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe, and favorite this video if you haven't already done so. I'm the Purple Mario, and what do you want to be when you grow up? Other than a detective, of course.